Robbinsdale area schools will have to choose a new leader. On Monday, the school board approved a separation agreement with Superintendent David Engstrom.
I'm really happy to be able to say that we had a mutually agreeable decision. He decided to resign and the board accepted his resignation. So I think that, when both parties agree, that's a good thing.
Engstrom's resignation was effective immediately. He's been the superintendent of Robbinsdale schools since July 2021. He's been away from the district on medical leave for several weeks. As of early September, the district had been in contact with several applicants for the role of interim superintendent. Assistant Superintendent Marty Voigt has been leading the district while Engstrom has been on leave. She told the board she was willing to serve as interim in the near future, but she will likely retire by next June. The board will need to determine if they want to use a search firm to find a permanent superintendent or conduct the search themselves. They'll also need to determine a likely start date for a new superintendent.
What does that do to us? Is it going to create turbulence? If we bring in an interim, and it's interim with a chance to go permanent, does that open up our pool now? How does that impact? I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here.
We can kind of really bring it all together because we have someone here competent, doing the job until next June.
There's an
Let's
urgency
take a
to
breath.
it. There's an urgency.
There's an urgency.
School Board Chair Helen Bassett told CCX News she was optimistic about the upcoming search for a new superintendent. In this, the third week of the school year, 2 more Northwest suburbs have decided to pull resource officers out of schools as uncertainty over a new state law about techniques SROs can and cannot use continues. New Hope Police announced Tuesday that school resource officers would be reassigned as patrol officers as it suspended its SRO program with Robbinsdale schools. Maple Grove Police also pulled SROs out of Osseo area schools. Maple Grove Police Chief Eric Werner says his 5 SROs are not happy to be out of schools.
Our goal is to assist the students in their safety and their development. And as one principal said about one of my sergeants, he's changing the trajectory of lives, in a very positive way. So now that's taken away.
As we reported last week, Brooklyn Park Police removed officers from secondary schools following a fight at Park Center Senior High School involving 2 students that injured a staff member. As we first reported last week, Brooklyn Center Police Chief Kellis McDaniel announced his retirement. Chief McDaniel came to Brooklyn Center last year after previous Chief Tim Gannon resigned in the aftermath of the Daunte Wright killing. McDaniel told CCX News he has worked hard to rebuild trust both outside and within the department, and that includes those he's interviewed for open officer positions.
And a lot of them will say, hey, I want to be a part of change. And when I see that and I see the look in their eyes, it's, you know what, that person is probably a good prospect for our agency. And it's just really nice to hear the different answers and that sort of thing, and to be able to see the smiles on their faces. And there's still people out there that want to be cops, and right now we have some pretty decent cops that are on our force.
You can watch more of my Newsmakers interview with Chief McDaniel this weekend here on CCX News. Plymouth emergency crews responded Monday evening to a crash near French Regional Park. Take a look. According to witnesses, a pickup truck collided with an SUV and sent the SUV onto its roof, and that trapped a woman inside. We're told other drivers and passengers from Plymouth Metrolink buses ran to help her. CCX News reached out to Plymouth Police. No word yet on the driver's condition or what led to that crash. There's more restaurant turnover for a prominent street corner in Maple Grove. Max's on Main, located on Main Street and Arbor Lakes Parkway, closed earlier this summer. The restaurant was open for about a year and a half. It had replaced Claddagh Irish Pub, which closed at the onset of the pandemic. The spot is not expected to stay vacant for too much longer. Maple Grove officials told CCX News an undisclosed restaurant is pursuing the site, and city officials expect to have a signed lease soon. Children in Golden Valley now have some new amenities to enjoy at 2 of the city's busiest parks. As Delane Cleveland explains, it's all thanks to the work of a local nonprofit with a focus on kindness.
There's 2 pods per park, and all of the elements are different.
Kindness can take on many forms, and at Golden Valley's Brookview Park,
they have it all sequenced up.
Sweat equity mixed in with some construction expertise are the cornerstones of this community service project, which involves building and installing new playground equipment.
It's just a wonderful natural addition and a great use of space.
Michelle Christensen is the founder of One Good Deed, a Golden Valley-based nonprofit consisting of hundreds of volunteers. Volunteers like Sam Dahlquist of Crystal.
Just gives you pride in your community, and it's definitely going to be a place I bring my son and kind of feel cool that I helped put it together.
Whether it's spreading mulch or tightening bolts, they do this simply because they want to perform acts of kindness for others.
We have one good deed that we do a month. This is September's good deed. Some good deeds are large, some are small.
This would count as one of the larger good deeds. Christensen partnered with the city of Golden Valley and Design Tree Engineering to build 4 play pods at Brookview as well as nearby Lions Park. All told, it's a $75,000 gift to Golden Valley, paid for entirely through grants and donations.
It's a wonderful, beautiful thing, and I think the longevity of our group and the expansion of it really does show how much kindness there is in the world.
And this particular act of kindness is something that families will be able to enjoy for decades to come.
It feels good. It doesn't feel like work.
In Golden Valley, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
The volunteers finished the installation in about 4 hours. An official dedication ceremony will take place October 10th at 5:30 p.m.